Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy, Matt Rodriguez. Welcome to the Limitless Podcast, baby. I'm fired up right now. I'm in the parking lot right now. I'm on to cook up this fire for y'all. Your boy, welcome to the podcast, boy. Your boy's first podcast, your boy's first episode. Let's lock in. Let's make this a beautiful journey. I have so much planned for these podcasts, man. Live events, meeting a lot of you guys in person, traveling to your city, your state, going crazy with this shit. Like, this is bigger than just me. This is for me to help you to become limitless, to develop a limitless mind, a limitless body, a limitless spirit, limitless confidence, the same way I do with my clients. I'm here to transform your life. I'm not here to sugarcoat you. I'm not here to bullshit you. I'm not here to waste your time. I'm here to help you to level up. And also, by the way, this video is sponsored by Limitless Physique Coaching, baby. That's my fitness coaching business where I help you to get in the best shape of your life, baby, within the next 6 to 12 months. So if you're interested, click on the link, fill out the questionnaire, and we'll see if you're the right fit for Limitless Physique. So I know a lot of you guys are wondering, who is Matt Rodriguez, right? Who is this guy? Who is this guy sitting up here starting a podcast about, self-help, mindset, fitness? Who is this dude? My name is Matthew Rodriguez. I'm a 23-year-old CEO, fitness model, content creator. I'm also a fitness coach. And I help men to get in the best shape of their life, mentally, physically, and spiritually. My ladies, too, I don't discriminate. And that's the purpose of me starting this podcast, to impact millions of people all across the world. Because a lot of people might need this message. You never know. You never know by taking a risk on yourself, betting on yourself, right? And going out there and just speaking life into other people or starting something like a podcast, starting a business. You don't know how that can positively impact somebody's life. And whether I help one person, two people, I don't care who I'm helping. I don't care the amount. It doesn't matter, right? The goal is to help millions of people all across the world. But even if I help just one person and I change their life and I change the whole trajectory of their entire bloodline because I started a podcast and I was able to impact them and give them a perspective shift, that's what means the world to me. That's why I started this shit. I see other people dropping podcasts and, impacting and changing people's lives. I'm like, damn, I could do the same thing and help them and impact them in my own way, because somebody might need my voice. My voice might be a voice that somebody needed as a child. And now I might be able to, in some way, shape, or form, help you to get through shit. You know what I mean? Help you to become the best version of yourself, which is the goal for this. So let's level the fuck up, baby. Episode 1, baby. Stop caring about what others think about you, right? I'm going to say that again for you. Stop caring about what others think about you. People's opinions do not define who you are unless if you accept somebody else's opinion about you, negative opinion, right? If it's something positive, you can accept it because it's something positive. But if somebody has a negative opinion on your appearance, how you conduct business, your energy, whatever it may be, it's not going to affect you unless if you accept it. If you accept their negativity and you open your arms to receive it, then it's going to affect you. So you have to stop giving a fuck about what others think about you, because their opinions don't define who you are, especially if the shit is not true. You know how many people come up to me and say, yo, Matt, you're this. Yo, Matt, you're this. You're that. Oh, you solved this and that. Obviously, I know it's not true. But back then, because I had a weak mind and people were able to easily get into my head, you know what I mean? I accepted it. I made those my thought patterns and I started viewing myself through their lens. I started speaking to myself through their voice. And when you do that, your life will be miserable, viewing yourself through somebody else's fucking lens. You got to open your eyes and really tap into who you truly are, bro. God is within you. You're an individualized vibration of God. The creator lives within you. You're in the image and likeness of the creator. You are the creator of your reality. So if you are creating a negative reality for yourself, whether you want to admit to it or not, that's because of you and because of your thought patterns and your beliefs about you and what you're capable of. So you got to stop taking on other people's beliefs about you. Somebody might talk shit about you. That's life. People are not going to always like you. You're not here to be liked. You're here to be respected. So there are going to be people out there that are not going to like you. They might not like your podcast. They might not like your content. They might not like the job that you work at. They might not like you. They might not like your energy. Why? Does that mean you're a bad person? No, they might just be intimidated by you. You know how many people I meet in person and they're intimidated by my energy because I'm a very vibrant and happy person, and that agitates them because they got shit going on within themselves that they don't want to confront. It happens. Some people are intimidated by your charisma, by your confidence, and that makes them look at themselves a certain way. And then what do? They try to come up to you and say shit like, oh yeah, he think he all that. Nah, they try to project their insecurities on you. Stop caring about what they think. And especially if the individual is giving their opinion on some shit that they don't understand, most people are going to talk shit about you. 9 times out of 10, they're not going to say it to your face. They're going to say it through social media. They're going to say it on an account that has no profile pic, you know what I mean? Or some AI shit. People always going to talk shit. People be in my comments all the time talking shit about my videos. I don't care, right? Because if they're not talking shit about you, that means you're not doing shit. right? I know I'm making moves. I know I'm out here changing people's lives. People talk shit. You don't have to agree with my opinion. You're entitled to yours. You know what I mean? But it doesn't make me wrong, right? You don't have to admit to something for it to be true. You can deny your biological father, but it doesn't change the fact that that is your father. There's a lot of things I say that's true. It agitates people because they know what I'm saying is right. You know what I mean? And then it gets them so frustrated because they have to look within like, damn, he might be right. So they get frustrated and they try to what? Project it on me and start talking shit, start saying racial shit on my comments, all type of shit. But with that being said, you got to stop caring about what others think about you. People's opinions, like I said again, doesn't define who you are unless you accept. And this is why we need to change our self-talk and we need to learn how to fortify our mind. And the book that I recommend that you start reading is David Goggins' book, Can't Hurt Me. That book is phenomenal, bro. I read it twice. I actually need to read it again this year. And it's a really good book because it helps you to fortify your mind. It helps you to develop an anchored mind. It helps you to really not give a shit about what people think about you. Like David Goggins went through hell, bro. Like if you read his story, what he's been through, you know, the amount of adversity he's been through, bro, people talk shit about David Goggins to this day, no matter how many people he's helped, right? You could be the greatest motherfucker on the planet. You could be the greatest actor, the greatest athlete. You could be the greatest baseball player, basketball player. You could be LeBron James. You could be Steph Curry. You could be Kyrie Irving. It doesn't matter who you are, how great you are, and how much good you have done. People are always going to have an opinion on you. A lot of times it might be positive, but that one little negative shit is always going to be somebody out there that's going to be negative towards you. But you can't let somebody else's negativity affect your positivity. You can't let somebody else's negative energy stop you from being an optimistic, positive individual because then they won. Stop giving your energy and attention to bum-ass people that are not helping you to level up and that are not paying your bills. If they're not paying your bills, if they're not helping you to level up, if they're not elevating your growth, if they're not your friends, if they're not your family, right, that actually love you and that care about you and that's like-minded, why the fuck do you care about their opinion? I've had a lot of family members, associates, you know, old co-workers always giving their opinion on something that they have no knowledge in. Oh yeah, this is the best path to do this. Oh, you shouldn't do that. That's not the best path to become this, but they're not where I want to be. So I stopped accepting their opinions as fact in my life and I made the moves that I wanted to make. And you have to do the same thing. Opinions don't change the world. Your actions do. So if someone gives you a bullshit opinion that has nothing to do with you and that's not in alignment with your higher self, you don't have to accept it. You can just brush it off and say, okay, cool, thank you. And then keep moving how you want to move. You know what I mean? That's how I do it. People always want to give me opinions on something that they don't know. You ever experienced that? Somebody like the old heads, they always think they know everything. The old heads, the 50-year-olds, the 60-year-olds. Oh yeah, bro, yo, you should do this. You should invest in this. And then I'm like, bro, are you invested? Right? Like, how you gonna give me advice on something that you have no experience in? This is the best path for you to become a millionaire, bro. This is the best path for you to reach 1 million followers, bro. And they don't even have a Instagram account. They don't even make $1 million. They never even touched $1 million in their life, but they have all this information, right? All of a sudden, all this quote unquote knowledge on how to become successful. When they're not successful, they're not even where I want to be. So you also got to pay attention to who you're taking advice from, because a lot of people that are unqualified are going to try to give you advice. They're going to try to give you their opinion on some shit they have no experience in. And then when you start accepting their opinion and you start making it your reality, you're going to stay in the same place and you have nobody else to blame but you. You cannot blame them. You only can blame yourself because you accepted their consciousness. People that have a low level consciousness are going to always try to project that shit on you. So you have to continue to have a higher mind and think for yourself. If you start thinking based on how everybody else wants you to think, if you start moving how everybody else wants you to move, you're in essence a slave. You're a slave to these people. You're a slave in your own mind. And the reason why you're a slave is because you can't think for yourself. So you got to stop caring about what these people think about you, man. These people are not paying your bills. These people are not helping you in any way, shape, or form to become better. Fuck their opinion. And I don't mean to get vulgar. I want the kids to watch this too, but you know what I mean? Like, sometimes I'm passionate when I speak, man. Like, this is what I do. So I want to give you something to do. The next time somebody gives their opinion on something that you're doing, and we're not here to avoid people's opinions. People are always going to have their opinion no matter what you do. Doesn't matter if you're a billionaire. Doesn't matter if you're a multi-millionaire. People are always going to have some shit to say, so you might as well do what you want to do anyway. And the number one way to not get caught up in people's opinions is by doing what you want to do, but also not telling anybody. And I'm a big advocate of not telling anyone about your vision. Don't tell your girl. Don't tell your boyfriend. Don't tell your friends, right? Unless if they're like-minded and they're in alignment with your vision. Don't tell your parents. Don't tell your siblings. Don't tell anyone about your vision, because 9 times out of 10, especially from my own personal experience, I'll tell someone my massive vision. I'm going to make $1 million. I'm going to own this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to change this amount of people's lives. And what do? Based on their conditioning, based on their level of consciousness, based on how they think, right, in their belief systems, because they have limiting beliefs, they're going to 9 times out of 10 project those limiting beliefs onto you. So then you'll hear shit like, that's a pipe dream. You should think smaller. You should have a plan B. You should have a backup plan. That might not work out. You should go to college instead, get your 4-year degree and do this and spend $100,000 wasting your fucking time. You know what I mean? Everybody's always going to have an opinion on things that they have no experience in. You know what I mean? So you're better off just keeping it to yourself and showing them when it's done. That's how I move now. I don't need to tell you how much money I'm going to make this month. I'm going to show you when it's done. I don't need to tell you that I'm going to move out and get my new spot. I'm going to show you when it's done. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, if you keep telling them and you're not living up to that expectation that you fulfill for yourself, then in essence, you look stupid. And if you're doing it really for yourself, you don't have to tell nobody. I don't need to tell my family and my friends about my vision to seek validation from it. I don't need them to tell me that it's a good idea. Yo, bro, that's a good idea, man. That's a good idea, bro. You should do it, bro. No, I don't need that. I know that within myself. Starting this podcast was a great fucking idea because I know I'm going to change millions of people's lives. And in my mind, internally, I've already helped hundreds of millions of people with the podcast, with the community, right? With the coaching, all of that shit. And that's why the only person I really told was my cousin Taze. Because my cousin Taze, shout out to Taze, you know what I mean? He's locked in. He's out. He started his own business. He works for himself now. He's going crazy. He's modeling. You know what I'm saying? He's working with big brands, all type of shit. Stay tuned. My man just going crazy. You know what I mean? He's one of my inspirations, my big bro, my big cousin, my brother. Love him to death. You know what I mean? But he's one of my inspirations. He don't tell nobody shit. He moves in silence. Even sometimes he'll share it with me. You know what I mean? He'll share me like a little portion of the vision. But then he'll go out there and make it happen like, yo, this is what I was working on. Like, damn, bro, you moving, baby. I love it. Inspiration. We inspire each other. That's how you're supposed to do it. But if you just talking about it and you're not holding yourself accountable to that high standard you set for yourself, and this is all talk, you look like a fool. So it's better. You're better off just keeping it internal. Keep the vision internal. Let that shit burn within you and birth it into this world. Because any vision that you have that you hold in your mind is like a baby. You know what I mean? Same way babies have a 9-month incubation period. You got to let your goals have an incubation period too. Your vision has an incubation period. You're not going to sit up here and start the business and then all of a sudden make $1 million your first month, your first week. It doesn't work like that. That shit has to have time for it to develop. Yes, there are some people who, end up starting the business and going crazy the first few months and the shit blow up, right? But that's not everybody. Certain people have to go through growing periods where they have to be morphed into this individual that is worthy or is capable of not only making $1 million, but maintaining it, and being able to grow and scale their business at the highest level possible. Same thing with content creation, same thing with building a body, right? When you're building a body, you don't just do one workout and now you have a six pack. You don't do one incline bench press workout and all of a sudden you have a Arnold Schwarzenegger chest. You know what I'm saying? You look like Jay Cutler. You look like C-Bum. You don't. You know what I mean? You have to do these things rep after rep, doing it over and over and over again on days that you don't want to do it, on days that you want to do it. You know how many times I didn't want to get up at 4 a.m. to go work out at 5 o'clock to go train my body? Now I'm in the best shape of my life. You know what I mean? And I'm on a Ramadan fast too. Shout out to my people out there, celebrating Ramadan and practicing the fast, man. I'm not a Muslim, but Ramadan is a beautiful time because it helps you to connect more with God. It helps you to have a more clear mind. It helps you to appreciate food more. You're able to connect with the divine, man. Like, it's such a beautiful time. It's deeper than just, I'm not going to eat. Like, it's deeper than that. I'm just not going to eat and drink water for a few hours. Nah, it's deeper than that, man. Throughout the day, you praying, you meditating, you working. You know what I mean? You connected with God. You practicing that self-talk, right? If you're practicing a fast, but you're doing other things that are not in alignment with your best self, you're not really going to get the benefits of it. But me, I'm listening to my affirmations in the morning. I'm getting up early. I'm training with my cousin early in the morning. You know what I mean? I'm breaking my fast in the morning with fruit, with the dates, with the mangoes, with the blueberries. I'm drinking my vegan protein shakes, breaking my fast later in the day with a meal. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing things that's in alignment with the version of me that has the best body possible. And that's why I have that best body that I've ever had in my entire life. But once again, I was able to build this body based on my standards for me, not based on what everybody else wanted me to, how everybody else wanted me to look. Yo, man, you should look like this. You should do this. You should do that. It's not about what they want. It's about what you want. You got to start putting yourself first. Putting yourself first is not selfish. You got to set high standards for yourself. You got to set high expectations for yourself, and you have to live up to those expectations by having your action in alignment with the expectation. If you have an expectation and then your actions don't align with that, then it's not an expectation. It's just wishful thinking. And if someone's talking shit about you and about your vision and they want you to do something that's not in alignment with you and you do that, then you just stabbed yourself in the foot. And I know I was rambling and I went off script, but listen, if you want to stop caring about what others think about you, you have to build self-confidence. You have to build your self-image. You have to change the way that you view yourself. Because once you start developing that self-confidence, once you start changing your self-image and you start building a higher image of yourself, you start seeing yourself in a higher regard, people's opinions won't affect you in any way, shape, or form. You think LeBron cares about what other people think? There are billions of people out there that love LeBron. There are also billions of people out there that might not fuck with LeBron. That man don't care. He makes billions of dollars. He's the greatest NBA player of all time. You know what I mean? And his family's taken care of, his people's taken care of. He's impacted and changed so many people's lives. He has many brand deals and endorsements. Like, that man don't care about your opinion. You know what I mean? But everybody always got something to say about LeBron as if they NBA player. Oh yeah, it's always non-NBA players talking shit about NBA players. Oh yeah, he should have did this. Yeah, LeBron and this and that. I'm like, bro, you're not an NBA player. You're not LeBron. You ain't got his money. Stop talking to shit about him and what he got going on. You're not him. You know what I mean? But like I said, LeBron don't even know these people exist, so the man don't care. But LeBron has an insane amount of self-confidence to himself. That's why he was able to become the greatest NBA player ever. Same thing with Steph Curry. Steph Curry is my favorite basketball player of all time. You think Steph Curry would have been able to become the greatest shooter that ever lived, that ever touched the earth, that God created? You think he would have been able to become that if he didn't have confidence in himself and confidence that every shot he takes, he could just turn around and know that shit's going in? That's confidence. You know what I mean? He knows who he is. That's why when he walks on his floor, he's dangerous because people can sense that confidence with him, especially when he gets on fire. It's a wrap, bro. So you got to develop that lion-like confidence. You got to develop that positive self-image. You got to start speaking life into you. That's how you stop caring about what others think about you. Like I said, people are always going to talk shit about you. People are always going to have something to say, and that's okay, right? But it's how you respond to those things that's going to separate you from being a person who allows people to get in their head and make them feel a certain way about themselves, or you're going to be the other individual who's going to brush it off and know, like, I know who the fuck I am. God is within me, bro. I'm a creator. I'm going to go out here and create. I don't care about what anybody say because they're not paying my bills. They're not where I want to be. So why am I going to let your opinion when you're a loser affect the way that I feel when I'm a winner? You know what I mean? You're a winner. Yes, you listening to this podcast, you are a winner. You are divine. God is within you. You have the ability to create anything that you put your mind to. You have the ability to go out there and change hundreds of millions of people's lives all across the world. I don't care what you want to do. Think bigger, man. Think bigger. You want to be a teacher? Great. Be a teacher. Own some schools too. Develop other streams of income so that won't be your only income stream. You know what I'm saying? Change the game, man. You are so powerful and you are so amazing. I don't know if anybody has told you this before, but you are powerful and you are amazing. Yes, you are amazing. And you were put on this earth for a reason. You were put on this earth to live a bigger and better reality than those who came before you. So I'll be damned if I let you talk shit to yourself through somebody else's voice. Hell no. You better not. Somebody else is insecure within themselves, so they try to project that on you when you're confident, and because you have charisma and people are drawn to you and you're a walking magnet, you're a magnet for opportunities, you're a magnet for blessings, right? And you're divinely guided and divinely protected. Hell no. I'll be damned if I let somebody who doesn't really know their own power let somebody else try to diminish their power. Fuck that. Because people try to do that shit to me. And people can sense when you don't know your own power. And people try to take advantage of that shit. They try to take advantage of you. They try to get around you. Like, yo, if he taps into his higher self, it's a wrap. He gonna take over the world. He gonna leave me. And it's not about them. It's about you, my friend. So if you're struggling right now with caring about what others think about you, I don't have no confidence, this and that, start listening to affirmations. I was just listening to a podcast from, shout out to Emily McDonald. She's tough. She has a podcast called Planet M. Fire, man. She's a neuroscientist and she talks to you about like your brain, affirmations, manifestation. I love that shit, bro. That shit is amazing. I'm like on episode, I think 6 or 7. I've been binging her podcast. Her podcast is fire. So if you want to learn more about your brain, from a neuroscientist who actually is living like, a high vibrational life and like is really out here doing shit, making it happen, tap into Planet M. Fire, man. Even Jeff Logan. Shout out to Jeff Logan. Jeff Logan is my mentor. If you know who Jeff Logan is, as you should know who he is. You know what I mean? Like my boy Jeff Logan. He got a podcast called Becoming the Beast Podcast. Shout out to Logs, man. That podcast is fire. That podcast changed my life. I listen to like literally the same 4 to 5 podcasts from his podcast every single day. You know what I mean? Change your identity, all type of shit. Like there's a lot of things that he put me on to that I'm going to tap in with y'all as well so I could help you to elevate your mind. But yeah, man, you got to develop a positive self-image. And how do you do that? You have to listen to affirmations, right? That's number 1. Listen to affirmations, right? You have to start speaking life into yourself. You can write down your own affirmations about yourself, which is like positive things that you know believe about you, or in essence you might not believe it yet, but you got to start believing it. So I recommend going on YouTube and looking up positive affirmations, confidence affirmations, self-worth affirmations, self-image affirmations, and just listen to those things every day as soon as you wake up. When you wake up, don't go on your fucking phone, don't go on TikTok, don't go on Instagram, don't go watch the bullshit negative news and the politics and all that garbage. No, you need to start reconditioning your mind so you can think greater and highly of yourself. And thinking highly of yourself is not arrogant. It just means you believe in you. So don't let anybody else say, oh yeah, well, you speak highly of yourself to yourself and you think highly of yourself, so you're arrogant. No, I'm confident in who I am. Just because you're insecure, don't try to project that shit on me, idiot. Anyway, every day you wake up and every day before you go to sleep, put on affirmations. While you working, have affirmations on. When you on your lunch break at work, have affirmations on. Just to recondition your mind. It's not going to happen in a day. It's not going to happen in a week. You have to do these things daily. The same way you work out 4 or 5 times a week for years so you can develop the best body possible. You're not going to work out for a month and now all of a sudden you have a six pack. Now all of a sudden you have these big ass biceps and big traps and big legs. It doesn't work like that. You have to work out for months and years and lock down a diet and stay consistent. Go on days you don't want to go. Wake up early, train, do what you need to do, lock down the diet. It's repetition. So when you listen to affirmations repetitively on a daily basis and you make this a new normal, a new habit, your mind is going to start to change. You're going to start to recondition your mind to think more positively about yourself, about life, about the world. And you're going to stop viewing the world from a pessimistic point of view like majority of society. Because what does majority of society do? They wake up, they watch some negative news, they see somebody got killed, they go watch a fight on YouTube, they wake up, they go on their phone on TikTok and see some negative shit. Now their whole day is ruined. Now their energy is off. Now they're thinking negatively because the first thing that they put into their subconscious is some negative shit. But if you flip that and then you listen to something positive in the morning, if you're spiritual, if you're religious, I don't care what you are. I believe in God. I believe in the Most High. I believe I was created by the infinite power. If you want to wake up and listen to a sermon, if that's your thing, you know, a pastor that I recommend for a lot of people that might be Christian, or even if you're not Christian, Anthony Philip Mitchell. Fire, man. He speaks his truth and he's passionate about when he preaches. I love seeing him preach. I love hearing him preach. And he's not a prosperity preacher. He preaches about positive. He preaches about the bad and the adversity and how like overcoming these things is going to make you a stronger person. It's going to help you to bring you closer to God. Different shit like that. If you want to listen to sermons, affirmations, just wake up in the morning and listen to positive things so you can reprogram your subconscious. Even at nighttime before you go to bed, rather than watching reality TV before you go to bed, watching some negative news, listening to negative low vibrational music, before you go to bed, meditate. You know what I mean? Like, these are things that you're not doing on a regular basis. Because if you were, you wouldn't be thinking the way that you think. You wouldn't care about what others think about you if you were listening to affirmations on a daily basis. If you were going to sleep with a meditation, going to sleep with affirmations, going to sleep with, you know, that positive self-talk. The reason why you don't believe in yourself, the reason why you have no confidence, and the reason why you care about what others think about you is because you don't have confidence within you. You have a negative self-talk, and you have to change that. You have to recondition your mind to think positively about you. So every single day, look at yourself in the mirror, speak positively to yourself. Say 100 affirmations to yourself. And I'm being serious. 100 fucking affirmations. Say that shit to yourself. You can even go on your voice memos if you have an iPhone or Android and just record yourself saying positive affirmations to yourself 100 times. Like, I have my own voice memo of me saying 100 different affirmations for literally 10, 15 minutes straight. When I'm at the gym, I listen to it. Before I go to bed, I listen to it. When I wake up, I listen to it. Now I'm hearing my voice speak life into me. That's how it should be. Because if you don't speak life into you, if you don't believe in you, no one's going to believe in you. No one's going to speak life into you the way that you will. And once you start doing those things on a regular basis, listening to the positive affirmations, speaking life into yourself on a regular basis, reconditioning your mind by switching out the negative news, negative music, negative entertainment for positive entertainment, positive news, positive music, affirmations. Podcast is going to help you to elevate your mindset to grow like this one. When you start replacing your subconscious thoughts with these things, your mindset is going to improve over time. Like I said, it's not going to happen in a week. You're not going to listen to podcasts for a week and all of a sudden you're a multimillionaire. No. You have to listen to these things every single day and start reconditioning your mental environment. You need to start cleaning up that mental environment. Your mental environment is shit. It's filled with bullshit. It's like if you go to somebody's house and their house is not clean. They got a bunch of shit on the floor. Their toilet's not clean. You know what I mean? Like, their bathroom isn't clean. Their house stinks. It smells like doo-doo. Like, you got to understand that the same thing is with your mind. Your mind is full of shit. And David Goggins said this too. Your mind is full of shit. And you have to take inventory and clean out your mental home, because your mind is where you live 24/7. And if you have a bunch of negativity in your mind all the time and you never change that, you're going to live a fucking miserable life. You're going to be depressed. I was depressed. I was living in a dark place mentally because I didn't love me. Because people used to bully me when I was in high school because I used to have severe acne because I was skinny because of my weight. And I accepted their negative opinions into my mental home. And what happened? I stopped believing in me. I started talking shit to myself through their voice. I started viewing myself through their lens. And once I stopped doing that and I started tapping into my higher self and I started working out, clearing up my skin, developed confidence in myself, and I attracted my dream woman. Those are the same individuals that now hit me up asking me for advice. Yo, bro, how you do this, bro? Yo, bro, this and that. You know what I mean? And that's how it changes. Now, when people are on my social media, when random people talk shit, it don't faze me because I know who I am. My skin is clear. I look good. I'm sexy. I'm building, a better life for myself and the people around me. I surround myself with good, high vibrational people who are leveling up and people who have goals, people who have vision, masculine men that are out here taking care of their families and that's moving towards something greater than themselves. That's the type of energy I embody, and that's the environment I have. So you got to pay attention to your mental environment. Your mental environment is way more important than your physical. Your physical does play a part in it. Obviously, if you live in a type of neighborhood where, things are shit, that you live in a low vibrational neighborhood where people are killing, drugs, all this bullshit, right? I get that. Your physical environment is important, but if you live in a peaceful place in terms of your physical environment, but your mental environment is shit, you're still consuming the negative news, the negative music, the negative entertainment, that peaceful place, right, or that peaceful environment physically is almost irrelevant because your mental home is way more important because you live in that shit 24/7. So let's recap, okay? You got to stop caring about what others think about you. And you do that by, number one, listening to affirmations daily. It has been scientifically proven that affirmations, listening to them on a daily basis, it boosts your dopamine in your brain. When you listen to these things repetitively on a habitual basis, you are going to start to recondition your mind to view the world through a different lens and to view not only the world, but yourself through a different lens. Number two, you have to start speaking positively to yourself. Look in the mirror or go on your voice memos. Look in the mirror or go on your voice memos and speak 100 affirmations positively to yourself while looking in the mirror. And record yourself doing it. So then when you're at the gym, when you're at the coffee shop, when you're at work, when you're on your lunch break, when you're on the fucking train coming home, when you're driving home, you can hear the life that you're speaking into you, and you will eventually start to believe these things. And then you'll start to embody that energy of that higher version of you that believes in himself, that believes in herself, that's confident, that loves themselves. Because a lot of you watching this video, you know what I mean? You watching this for a reason. You listening to this podcast for a reason. You might not love you. You might not have that self-confidence. You might not have that self-belief, but I'm telling you to do these things on a regular basis so you can change that. Because that's what I did. And I went from a person who was depressed, who was in a dark place mentally, who didn't believe in himself, who didn't love himself. I didn't love me. I hated me. I used to hate myself. But now I love myself and I have this unbreakable, unshakable confidence that no one can stop me. And it's not from a place of arrogance. It's from a place of confidence because I know what I'm fucking capable of. And I know what I'm moving towards. And this is exactly why I started this podcast, so I can help and change people's lives because I know I'm more than capable of doing that shit. So listen to the affirmations daily. Speak life into yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror and speak life into you. Go on YouTube. Do guided meditations. Listen to guided meditations every single night before you go to bed so you can help to recondition your thoughts. Start learning more about your brain. Start learning more about why you think negatively. You know what I mean? Start reading different books that's going to help you to fortify your mind. It's going to help you to strengthen your mind so your mind can be like a solid as a rock. Because like I said, I used to hate myself. I didn't like me until I started reading the books. So I started doing the practices that successful people practice. My mentor has affirmations on his podcast. He has affirmations on YouTube. He said, listen to affirmations. He made a whole podcast on the affirmations and how it reconditions your mind. Emily McDonald, for example, she made a whole podcast, like her whole thing is about neuroscience. It's time, baby. Start listening to the affirmations, start doing the guided meditation, start doing these things so you can help to recondition your mind on a regular basis. And if you start practicing these things, I promise you within the next 3 to 6 months, your mind is going to shift. Like, it's going to be crazy how, like, there was a point in time you didn't believe in you, and now all of a sudden you have this immaculate, level of confidence within yourself. It's going to happen so fucking fast if you just stay consistent with it. Don't do it for a week, 2 weeks. Say, oh, yo, I've been listening to affirmations for 2 weeks, Matt. You know what I mean? 14 days, and I don't believe in myself. Man, you've hated yourself for 10 years. So you think that in 2 weeks that you're going to just be this ultimate confident version of you? No, that shit going to take some time. So keep practicing it the same way every single day you was talking shit to yourself for the past decade. You got to practice every single week, every month, and probably even for a few years. positive affirmations. This is not something that you just do until you feel better and you stop. No, even the most successful people, the people that have, insane levels of confidence and self-belief, they still listen to affirmations. For example, you know, Emily McDonald, I'm gonna keep bringing her up, and my mentor, Jeff Logan. Both of them listen to affirmations daily. They speak life into themselves daily, and they're successful. They make millions of dollars a year, regardless. They have a crazy level of impact, and they're impacting men and women all across the world to believe in themselves, to become better. You know what I mean? The same way I am doing this for you guys right now. But as successful as they are, as much belief as they have within themselves, they still practice these things because it's a habit now. It's not a practice anymore. It's more so just a lifestyle. The same way working out, at first, working out is just a habit, but then it just becomes a lifestyle. It's not something that I have to do. It's something I get to do. I'm blessed. I wake up every day and I have the ability to see with both my eyes, hear with both my ears. I have the ability to go to the gym and lift heavy weights, while there's people out there that can never walk again. There are people out there in their deathbed wishing that they could lift a 5-pound weight. You get what I'm saying? You can't take that shit for granted. So yeah, man, practice the affirmations, do the guided meditation, start speaking life into yourself, start practicing these things on a daily basis. And I promise you, after a fucking year, bro, you're gonna, like, your self-image is gonna change so much. Even then again, I'm gonna give you another practice, right? Before we get off this podcast, because I had to get this out. You know what I mean? I had this burning in I had to get this out. Listen, practice writing down the best version of you. How do they walk? How do they talk? How do they sit? What do they not tolerate? What are their belief systems? How do they move? Are they eating healthy? Are they going to the gym a certain amount of days? Are they talking shit to themselves? 9 times out of 10, the most successful version of you, the best version of you, they're not talking shit to themselves. They're not. They have an insane level of self-belief, self-confidence, godlike confidence. They do. That's how they were able to tap in with the higher power to be able to create a better reality for themselves. But you cannot create a better reality for yourself if you are talking shit to yourself. I am not an advocate of the you versus you. I'm not. I started to win more. I started to develop more confidence within myself when I was on my own team, on my own squad. Stop doing the you versus you. It might work for David Goggins. You're not David Goggins. David Goggins does the self-talk shit, and he talks shit to himself, call himself a bitch, all type of shit. Right? There's one thing talking shit to yourself. There's another thing taking inventory. If you're taking inventory on the things that you need to work on so you can improve, and the things that you're missing so you can improve on those things and add those things to your arsenal so you can get better, that's a different conversation, right? But I'm not going to be walking around saying, oh, you're a bitch, you're a pussy. No, I'm a God. God is within me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm the creator of my reality. I'm out here creating. God lives within me. I'm in the image and likeness of the creator, and I can create anything that I put my mind to. God loves me. God wants nothing but the best for me. God is limitless. God has no bounds or limitations. God is limitless. So if I serve a limitless God, that means I'm limitless. If I'm in the image and likeness of a limitless God, I'm limitless. You understand? You are limitless. You have no limitations. The only limitations that you have are the ones that you put on yourself. So stop accepting these fucking limiting beliefs from these weirdos, from these people that are not where you want to be, from these people that are not successful. Because 9 times out of 10, most of the people that are successful ain't going to be talking shit to you anyway. They're going to speak life into you. Every successful person that I've met always spoke life into me. I've had Zoom calls with my mentor. My mentor makes millions of dollars a year. He speaks life into me. My good friend who makes, 6-7 figures a year, Ulysses. You know what I'm saying? I met him through my mentor in my mentorship group. Shout out to Ulysses, bro, and his brother Edgar. Ulysses speaks life into me. He helped me get into fitness coaching. He changed my life. You know what I mean? He speaks life into me. He texts me all the time. That's my friend now. That's my guy. That's like a brother to me. I love him. I'll do anything for him. He'll do anything for me. He just sent me one of my mentor's books the other day. He paid for it for me. He bought it for me. He sent it to me, to my crib. Love. But he speaks life into me. And he's more successful than me. You know what I mean? So 9 times out of 10, the people that are going to talk shit to you, that are not going to believe in you, that are going to speak down on you, are going to be people that are not where you want to be. So if they're not where you want to be, they're nowhere near where you want to be. You know what I'm saying? They're fat, they're overweight, they're out of shape, they're broke. Why the fuck do you care about what they think? Why? They ain't got no power over you. The only power they only have power over you when you give them power. Take your power back and level up. It's time. It's 2026. We're not doing the soft shit no more. We're not doing the, oh yeah, but he said this about me. So what? Oh, she said this about me. So what? Who are they? They ain't got no power over you. You giving them power. You giving them too much fucking power. Don't give them no power. They don't believe in you. Show them when it's done. Show them when it's done. That's it. You don't got to speak on it. Show them when it's done. Make it happen. Make a fucking move. Stop caring about what they think. They're not paying your bills. They're not helping you to level up. If anything, they should be adding fuel to your fire. Every time they talk shit, that should add fuel to your fire. That should fire you the fuck up to keep leveling up, to keep making a habit, to keep making moves. That shit should fire you the fuck up. That shit fires me up. When niggas talk shit, That shit fires me up. I be going, let's go. Yeah, keep talking that shit. You don't know. You think you hurting me. You ain't hurting shit. You fortifying this mind, baby. Pause. You know what I mean? Keep leveling up. Keep making it happen. Keep locking in. Keep doing what you need to do. Keep believing in yourself. Keep developing that self-love. Keep developing. Yo, I'm telling you, it's time, baby. I'm fired up. I'm in this parking lot talking to myself in my car. You know what I mean? I love y'all, man. Listen, baby, if you love episode 1, give me a 5-star rating. I love y'all. Listen, man, this is the podcast. Your boy, episode 1. I love y'all. I love y'all. And I'm about to take this shit to new heights. Episode 2 is coming out next week. Your boy, I told you, weekly podcast. I'm going to hold myself to that standard because there are people out there that needed it. This is my first episode, so we're only going to continue to get better. I don't have no notes or nothing like that. I was going off the top of the dome. So I want to definitely start incorporating notes so I can stay on topic. You know what I mean? Sometimes I start rambling because, I get passionate when I speak, your boy, Matt Rodriguez, your boy get passionate. But yo, listen, I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning into the first episode. Next week, got some more fire for y'all. I'm going to have my notes ready. I'm going to be in my room at the desk, with the CEO set up. I got you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be cooking up with I'm telling you, we're going to cook up with this podcast shit. I'm telling you, we taking this shit to new heights. I'm speaking it into existence. I know. Let's make it happen. I love y'all. Your boy, Matt Rodriguez. Thank y'all for tuning into episode 1. You know what I mean? Of the Limitless Podcast. Your boy, I love y'all. I'm out. Stay tuned for next week. Like I said, if you want to get in the best shape of your life within the next 6 to 12 months, fill out the questionnaire link and we'll see if you're the right fit for Limitless Physique coaching. And we'll see if I'm the best coach for you. We can make that happen so I can help you to transform your physique by the end of the year. You know what I mean? I'm out here changing people's lives, not only with podcasts and videos, but with coaching as well. So I love y'all. Thank y'all for tapping in. Your boy.